Hello everyone and welcome back. My name's Ali and I help people heal through tarot. So today we are doing your pick a card reading, which is for why did he leave me? Now we're going to be honest here, we're going to be brutal, we're going to get out what's really going on in this situation. If you chose pile number 1, you chose this beautiful pebble. A bit misshapen. Yeah. So your first 2 oracle cards that we are starting with are the problem card of independence. This person left you because they felt as though you were taking their independence from them. Okay, they felt like an island, as you can see in this picture here. They felt like an island. Now either they felt like an island and that you were taking their independence from them, or they felt as though you were so independent, there was nothing that they could do to contribute, okay? Like you were the island, you didn't need them. You didn't need them to send a boat. So only you will know which one of these categories you fall into. The other card we get is the love card, which is interesting because for me, and this person is on cloud 9, they might have left you for another love, but for most of you, they did this out of love. Okay, that there was a problem here with either your independence or their independence. And I know that sounds so patronizing, like they left you out of love, but that seems to be what they are coming through with here. They're like, I did this because you needed to gain back your independence. How patronizing. I did this because I needed my independence. So only you will know where you lie there. We're going to pull some tarot cards for you guys. I thought I would do it on the spot, make it as accurate as possible for you. Why did they leave my lovely pile number 1? They felt as though they were repeating a cycle with you. Let's have a look. You get the death card in reverse. So I'm going to take a guess and say that this person, you and this person maybe had like kind of false breakups before the actual official leaving. This is like resisting a change. Someone was resisting a change, probably in the relationship or something that was affecting outside of the relationship, but there was definitely a need for someone to accept some sort of new beginning that didn't happen. Okay, so this could have been your own resistance or their resistance to the breakup in the first place, but it was like refusing to accept the reality. Someone was like refusing to accept a reality here. We get the 3 of Cups. Their friends were very involved in this decision, or the people closest to them certainly were. I'm going to be brutally honest here. For some of you, this is that third-party love energy, okay? The 3 of Cups is not always a third-party card to me, but it is a cup card, so it's emotion, and it involves 3 people at the end of the day. 3 things, 3 people. And yeah, they're doing it in this card as well. I always find it funny in the Rider-Waite tarot that when the 3 girls are together, one of them kind of looks like it's got the hand on the other one's bum, but the third person doesn't know about it. So it's almost like 2 people are sharing a secret that a third person doesn't know, okay? And it's kind of similar here. If you look, one of her hands is on the back and the other hand is like a little bit too low to be on the back. And I don't think that's an accident, okay? They definitely involved another person in this situation, whether that was like their mom, their sister, their family, or literally another person. They definitely had their friends involved in this. They asked their friends advice. They asked their friends for help. They took their friends' advice. And we get the 8 of Pentacles as well. This is saying that they left because it was too much hard work, okay? It was almost like they have given up. They did the review with the 7 of Pentacles. How much did I get back? How much is this progressing? How much can this grow? And they made the final decision that it wasn't growing in the direction that they wanted it to. And they made the final decision because it was too much work to get to where they wanted to get to with you. Maybe they felt like you were too much hard work. The situation that you're in was too much hard work. And it's like they have given up. Now, as I was doing this, 2 tarot cards fell on the floor from a completely different deck. I'm going to have to move them because it was with my elbow. But I see everything as a sign in our readings. And it's from Tarot of the 78 Doors, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with. But this is a deck that I only use when I really want to get to the bottom of something. Because It's about things that are hidden behind doors, okay? Let's take a look. I haven't even seen these. Okay. So the 2 cards we get are the Devil card in the reverse. This person might have been struggling from addictions. They might be into some weird spiritual things, kind of the darker side of spiritual things. I'm going to show you in the upright so you can see it a little bit better. So we have a couple here standing in what looks like, is that a pentagon or something? I'm not sure. And then we get this weird devil ghost coming out, and it's almost like the blessing from the ghost, okay? I feel like this is your feelings more than their feelings. Like, I think you feel like this person maybe used you for something that wasn't love. And I think you discovered that. We also get the Fool card. I think you feel a bit foolish in this situation. Okay, I'm feeling that this is how you feel about them, not so much why they left you. Because we didn't even ask the tarot card something, they just fell on the floor. You have, with that Devil card, began to see the reality of this person and this situation. Where did my cards go? Oh, there we go. So unorganized. Let's take a further look though, my lovelies. 6 of Cups. Something about you triggered their childhood memories. They still think about you with this card. They think about the good times, the coulda, woulda, shoulda, what you guys could have had, what you guys would have had if put in the right circumstances. It's like the energy of missing your smell. But either way, it's also the energy of you triggered something that reminded them of their past, and not so much like an ended cycle, something that they had repeated before, something that they found difficult in the past. You reminded them of that energy. So they might have had a difficult ex, they might have had lots of failed relationships in the past, and there was an element of you that reminded them of that. Another reason why they left is because you probably have high anxiety, which is an awful reason to leave someone, but I mean, I'm just being brutally honest. We get the 9 of Swords in the reverse. Now, you might be healing from this, because the 9 of Swords in the upright is the worry, the 4 a.m. card, and it's gone into the reverse. So maybe you have began to heal from a situation, and that it has began to heal from your anxieties, began to heal from your mental health. And that also affected this situation, because a lot of the time, getting some weird channeling messages here, a lot of the time when we have anxiety coming from someone with anxiety, we make ourselves small. We say yes to things we mean to say no to. We let behavioral patterns slide that maybe we shouldn't have. And sometimes when we come out of that anxiety stage, we don't let things slide the way that we used to, or we don't worry about things that we used to. And I think that is what you stopped worrying about this person, or you stopped worrying about the outcome. You stopped being so anxious. And they felt that, okay? Yeah, they felt that. It's coming under the 3 of Cups, which is this card here, remember? It's almost like you started to just not care, not give a about their friends as well, about what their friends think, about what other people think of you. And that affected them. We get the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. This person wanted to work on something else, probably on their money with that Pentacles card. Maybe they're starting a new business, some sort of entrepreneurial adventure. But they realized just how slow this progress was going to be with you. And that's what scared them as well. They weren't prepared to put in the effort. They weren't prepared to put one step in front of the other. Some days it feels like one step forward, 2 steps back. It's jam tomorrow type of energy. They were not interested in jam tomorrow. They wanted jam right now. Okay? And it wasn't coming fast enough for them. So whatever it was they were trying to take out of this relationship, get or learn out of this relationship, they didn't feel like it was coming fast enough for them. They might have gone off an adventure to work on an adventure, or on a venture is what I meant to say. Yeah, they seem like they're wandering. Do you know what's really funny? Like, the Knight of Pentacles, he's got off of the horse. There's his horse, and he's actively got off it, and he's just like having a little wander around. Seems like this person is a little bit lost in their direction at the moment. But they left you because they kind of know that. They know they need to find a new direction. They know they have something to work on that's not this relationship that they need to continue forward with. I'm going to take you some romance angel cards. So we started off with the Chuck Spitzano love cards, which I love. They're super rare. That was these two at the start. I never see tarot readers using these on YouTube. They're really hard to get. I see a lot of these on YouTube, which I love. So we're going to shove a couple of these in here with the romance angels. Why did they leave number 1? Okay. Funny itchy nose, which means I'm channeling past life relationship. That's that 6 of Cups. Something about you reminded them of a past relationship, of a past life relationship. And when I say past life, like this person could be older or have had lots of experience before. Like it could just feel like a past life. Like, you know, when you've moved away and you lived somewhere 10 years ago, you're like, oh, that's a past life to me. Okay, it could be that type of energy, or it could literally be you had a past life with this person and they are triggered by that. Okay, which depends how esoterical here you want to get. It says you have known each other before. So for some of you, this is repeating the cycle from the past, maybe from even a past life of this person leaving and resisting that leaving, because it's coming under that, remember, the Death card. Now this is a really nice Death card. It's not like the traditional tarot. This is like enlightenment and dawn of a new day type earth. Rebirth is even called at the bottom as well. It's not just death, baby, it's rebirth. Yes. I think there was an element of them that felt a bit unlucky. Felt like you guys weren't lucky together. Like something unlucky happened to you guys. There's an element of lack of luck here. We also get religious factors. Ta-da. It says, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So is everyone's. Okay, so you might feel as though you're more spiritually advanced than this person. They might feel as though they are more spiritually advanced than you, or more progressed than you, or in a different spiritual path than you. You might literally have 2 completely different religions. Or it could just be like your general outlook on life, which is pretty much your spirituality. Like, are you the type of person that's like, he did me wrong, watch me do him 10 times more wrong? Or are you the type of person that's like, oh, well, that's his karma, I'm sure the universe will sort it out. Like, you might be somewhere in the middle there, but either way, there was a clash in how you guys were brought up to believe and how to love, how to give love. And they noticed that as well. This was probably something that was like a common argument between you guys, maybe. Like, you're not reciprocating my love language, your morals aren't the same as mine, or yeah, we're not on the same spiritual path. Like, you know, I could be like being a tarot reader, I'm trying really hard, you know, this is my spiritual path, and the other person's like, tarot, you really believe in that? Okay, so it's that type of energy as well. I am going to pull an oracle card for you guys. This is Colette Baron Reid's oracle cards. Why did they leave you, pile number 1? Yeah, they feel like you kind of took your eye off the ball a bit, and that's that kind of giving up, not caring anymore, 9 of Swords energy falling away, the worry falling away from this person. You stopped worrying about the relationship, maybe you stopped fighting about this relationship. You kind of just sat back and observed. So we've got the observer here. We also have a new moon crescent here, which I know is probably just a crescent moon, but for me that's my new moon symbol. So depending on when you are watching this, have a look. This definitely relates to the new moon, okay? So this is like cycles of the new moon. For example, like if you have a look at the last new moon, it might bounce back to the next new moon and have a look at what has changed. Or this could all have started around about then, or you might get some communication around about the next new moon more about this. But going back to our question, why did they leave you? With that observer card, there was an element of non-action here. Like, you didn't put as much, not that you didn't put as much work in as they did, because I don't believe that, but I don't think they thought that you were aware of how much work still needs to be done here. So there's probably lots that you didn't know in this situation. We also get the card of exchanging gifts. Exchanging gifts. Okay, so they might have felt as though you were not being generous enough, or that you're too overgiving, one of the two. The whole key to this is the exchange of gifts. It's not the giving of a gift, it's not the receiving of a gift, it's the exchange of a gift. There is a problem here with the exchanging of energy. So either you gave too much, they gave too much. There is a lack of reciprocity in some way in the amount of giving, okay? Like you gave too much love, you gave too much of your time, or they gave too much love, they gave too much of their time. And there was an element of not exchanging that back. There wasn't a fair exchange in gifts. Sorry, my glow light is really annoying me. Yeah. Exchanging gifts. Oh, there we go. Yeah. There's also an element here of surprise. This person is jumping out of, ballerina is jumping out of this box. So there is an element of surprise here. This surprised this person. This element about you, whether you were overgiving, undergiving, maybe you put up some boundaries with this person, but something about the exchange of what they didn't get back or what they got too much back of was a problem. Wow. Whew, okay, we are going to stop here. But what I am going to do before I stop is pull you one last angel card. These are my absolute go-to cards. I've been using these for like 10, 15 years, at least 10, 15 years. Oh, I'm older than I look. My Botox is wearing off. Okay, wow, we get the same card again, 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic. Yes, there are still things to know about this topic. And the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Earth, that was this card here, about the hard work and effort that went into this. I think you're still to discover, there's still a lot to learn. There should be books. Yeah, there's books in here. There's more to learn. And I think the more you discover about yourself in this situation and what went wrong, the more you're going to discover about why this person left you in the first place. Now, this is a spiritual journey. You could be getting information from your dreams, from YouTubers, from people like that online. But either way, this is just a reminder that you didn't have all the information in this situation. And the best way to move forward is to learn some more about yourself. Get really comfortable with yourself, okay? Get to know your good parts, your bad parts. That's your way forward. Thank you for listening, my lovely pile number 1. I hope that gave you some element of clarity. If you would like a private reading with me, the link is in the description box. If not, I will see you soon for one of my next videos. Thank you so much for listening. Leave a comment if it resonated with you. Like the video so this gets to other people who are in your situation. And hit the wiggly bell if you'd like a notification for the next time I post a video. And don't forget to subscribe, of course. I think I said it all. Okay. Namaste. Hello, my lovely pile number 2. If you chose pile number 2, you chose this darker pebble here. This one. Yes. Now we're going to start off with the love cards, Chuck Spitzano love cards, and take a look at what we're dealing with. Okay. You guys have 3 love cards. Everyone else got 2 love cards. We're going to do more love cards later with a different deck. Your first love card you get is never enough. Okay, so this is why the person left you. Okay, so quite brutally, I'm getting an itchy nose, which means I'm onto something. Quite brutally, they felt as though every single piece of effort that they put in for you was never enough. Okay, or like it was never enough for you. Everything that they did, there was always like, no, I need more love, that's not my love language. Or you felt as though you were constantly telling them that you deserved more, that this wasn't enough for you, and they've taken your advice and they've left. That's what's happened here in pile number 2. We get this woman sitting on a throne and a man giving her his heart, and it's still not enough for her. Now, love is not enough, okay? Just because someone loves you to pieces and gives you their heart every single day doesn't mean that they act right in all the other ways. So there's no criticism here, there's no judgment here, number 2s. These are just the cards. I'm an honest reader. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. They didn't feel as though they were enough for you, that they could ever satisfy your want, okay? Could ever satisfy your needs. We also get the problem card of using, okay? They might have felt as though they might have felt as though you were using them either to get to someone else, to get more friends, to meet different people, to meet the right people. And there's definitely, this is in the reverse as well. So you felt as though they were using you too. This was a give and take of this energy. Give and take. Now, you guys are the only ones who didn't just get 2 problem cards. 2 problem cards. You've got 2 problem cards and a luck card, which is tenderness. This is one thing that they liked about your relationship. Tenderness. Okay? There was a tenderness about you that they did really like. You've got 2 people touching each other's face. It's an intimate energy. But yeah, they felt as though nothing was enough for you. Nothing they could have said, that nothing they could have done would have been enough to solve what had happened in your relationship. And then that using card as well, they probably felt like you were using them, or that you kind of felt as though they were using you. But I think for most of you, they felt like you were using them for something, which is a strange energy to have, because at the end of the day, I asked, why did they leave? And we have the problem card of using and not enough. They felt used and like they weren't enough for you. It was never going to be enough. Wow. Now we're going to pull some tarot cards. My face in general is like so itchy today, and I know that's the channeling. It always happens during my videos, and then I end up with like red spots and stuff. Anyway, sidetracking. Okay. First card is the 3 of Cups. Now, pile number 1 also got this card. Now, this energy is, and I said this to pile number 1, regardless of how you see this, they left you because a third person was involved. This could have been their mum, their dad, their brother, their sister, their friends. Their friends were definitely involved in the final decision to leave you here. They had support in this decision. They didn't just come to this decision on their own. They definitely had support. Probably feminine energy support. That doesn't even mean a woman, but it just means feminine energy. And for some of you, yeah, they felt as though you were using them to get to some of their friends, or to spend more time with friends, or something like that. We also get, with the 3 of Cups, there is third party energy, and there's always like a hidden bond between 2 people that the third person doesn't really know about, okay? So what I mean by that is, we spoke about this in pile number 1. In the traditional tarot, is 3 people standing together, and I'm sure she's got like her hand, it's still 3 women, and she's got like her hand on one of their bums, and it's so similar in this energy. If we look at this woman, she has like one of her hands is on the girl here's back, and the other one here is like particularly low, okay? So there was something going on with you, your person, and someone else. They had a special relationship that you weren't quite aware of. Now, this doesn't need to be like full-blown cheating, but it does mean that they definitely had conversations about you with someone else that led to them leaving you. This person was important to them. They have an important opinion. So I'm not really so much picking up like proper third-party energy. We'll see what comes out in the cards, but it's definitely an outside influence. Leaving you, I can tell you now, was A, not an easy decision that they came to, and B, is something that they felt, they definitely did this with regret. They did this like not feeling as though it was going to cause, they knew it wasn't going to make their life better to leave you, basically. We get the 6 of Wands in the reverse. When it's in the upright, this is like winner, winner, chicken dinner. It's also the card of being appreciated. In the 6 of Wands, traditionally, it's a fighter that comes home from war. And when they come home from war, everyone's like, yay, and celebrating them and saying how amazing and courageous, and everyone sees their worth. When it's in the reverse, it's like, this person didn't see who I was. They didn't see my worth. They didn't appreciate the little things I did for them. They didn't see me as a prize. Okay, you could be dealing with a fire sign. This is Leo energy. Some of you also could be dealing with Aquarius. We've got the High Priestess here we're about to talk about. We've got water sign energy with that Three of Cups, but it's Cancer specifically. I think it's Mercury in Cancer, which is communication, planet of communication, Cancer. Communication about love and family. They definitely were communicating with their family or friends about this. Yeah, they feel as though you didn't see them as like a prize. So because of that, they feel as though they had to leave you almost. Like a part of them's like, and you will rue the day. You will rue the day when I leave you. It's that type of energy. Because we also get at the bottom of the deck the Judgment card. Okay. Which is like, you will think again, and they will think again. They spent a long time thinking about your present situation, thinking about the past situation, and thinking about the future with you. The Judgment card always has an element of present, past, and future. This was not like a rush-made decision in any way. Even if it came out of left field for you, this was something they were thinking about for a really long time before they left you, or at least for a month, 2 months, maybe even 3 months before they left. I'm getting 3 weeks, 3 months before they left. And it took a lot of courage. I said that almost with that Six of Wands. It took a lot of courage for this person to tell you how they felt. It took a lot of courage for this person to make this final judgment call. Like, this is like the vapors of her coming out. That's how this person felt. It like took part of their soul out to tell you that they were leaving. And that's probably why, especially if this person broke up with you during a Mercury retrograde, they're probably going to try to rethink, rehash things, rediscover things with you, whether they communicate with you about that or they're just going to sit there reading old text messages, looking at old pictures or whatever it is. There's still that element of wanting to go back and take another look, okay? That doesn't mean this person is going to come running back to you, because that's not what this reading is about. This is about why they left in the first place. Okay. We also get the High Priestess card. They left because they felt like you were keeping secrets from them. They might have been quite a quiet person. They might have barely spoke to you since they broke up with you, since they left you. We have the Priestess card, High Priestess card for me. They never talk in the High Priestess card. Even the High Priestess in general, if you think about I can't stop itching my nose. I'm sorry if it's annoying you. I feel like pausing it and really itching it, but then it's going to come back like Rudolph. There's always the High Priestess, regardless of which deck. She has hidden knowledge that no one knows about. People used to go to the High Priestess back in the old days, whenever we had High Priestess, to find out hidden information and knowledge. And she never used to just tell them the answer. She used to like speak in tongues, do mad dances. Like, it was never direct. It was never straightforward. They feel as though you were never direct. You were never straightforward with them about what you wanted. Okay. More than that, they also feel as though there was part of you that was held back from them. Like, you kept secrets from them. You were too silent with them at times. Yeah, and now they might be kind of channeling that energy back at you in the way of, I'm not explaining to you too much about why I left. This is the energy. It is the energy of ghosting, that High Priestess card. But why they left you is because they felt as though you were caught up in your own head. Okay. Like, you had so much going on in your head, stuff that you didn't tell them about, and they felt that. I'm going to pull some Romance Angel cards for you. Oh, look at that. These two. Pile number 1. You must have been attracted to pile number 1, okay? Because pile number 1 also got this card, which was the one that felt hot as I was like pulling it out. I did that reading a while ago, as in like 10 minutes ago. There's no way the card is still hot, okay? Past life relationship. You have known this person before. Something about you reminded them of a past relationship that went wrong. And for some of you who believe in the esoterical, weird and wonderful, for some of you, they recognized a cycle either from this life or the last life that they felt as though you embodied this cycle, okay? If you believe in past life relationships, this could be a karmic relationship, someone that you knew in a past life for sure. And we tend to repeat those patterns. If you do believe in that, we tend to repeat those patterns in come back with the same people and reincarnate with people to learn lessons, okay, or similar energied people to learn lessons. And even if you want to, even I know how much I can only imagine how much it hurts when someone leaves you. We've all been through it. But even if the small thing that you can take from this is, and I've hit a blank with that because it's like, don't even tell me. Even if the small thing that you can take from this is that you chose this person before you came here to teach you this. So in the 5D, you're probably okay with this person. In the 3D, in this reality, maybe not so much. But we choose people to teach us difficult things, the people that we love unconditionally, okay? So if you do believe in past life relationships, please take from this that there is such a strong connection there for you two to have chosen to come here and to learn such a difficult lesson together. And whether you come back from that is a different thing. We'll leave that for another reading, guys. But we also get pay attention to the red flags. They noticed some red flags with you, and that was that High Priestess card, like you were keeping secrets, maybe you were using them, maybe they felt like I said, that things weren't enough for you. They noticed red flags that were cautioning them in the past. Or like I said, it was a red flag from a last relationship that you were reminding them of that made them run. Now, they didn't run fast, did they? Maybe they did run fast, but either way, they were thinking about this for a really long time. Just as also we were talking about this, I think that was just thunder. I don't know if you guys heard it. It's during the day. It's like 12:45 in the afternoon for me. And there's a big thunderstorm coming. For me, that talks about your emotions. There's a lot of emotions still to be said here, and it's probably because that High Priestess card, a lot has been left unsaid in this relationship. And just like pile number 1, I knocked over cards and the 2 cards fell on the floor from a different deck. I've been moving cards about all day and whatever, and there's a card randomly that I have just noticed sitting on the side of my table from, what deck is this? This is from the Modern Witch Tarot, and it's the 8 of Cups in the reverse. They also left you because they knew you would come back to them. That's a harsh but true message. With that Judgment card, like I said, there might be that boomerang. They might come back around and try and communicate with you. The 8 of Cups is the emotional leaving card, and don't let any tarot reader tell you any different. You're definitely leaving a situation with the 8 of Cups if it's in the upright. When it's in the reverse, it's like I'm coming back from my 8 cups. I took my journey. I went and found my 9th cup. Now I want my happy ending. I need to go back for these 8 cups because leaving these 8 cups is hard. They are alive. They are upright. They are something this person has worked hard for. They chose to leave it. We also get the eclipse energy here. This is Saturn and Pisces energy. Saturn says to Pisces, you have worked enough. Please leave. You're not getting back what you thought you were going to get back here, so go. And then they go off and find their 9th cup, like I said, and then they come back for their 8th cup. Now, they left you because they knew you were going to want to come back to them. I think they almost felt a little bit, yeah, there's that whole you'll rue the day that's coming back to me again. Like, and when I come back to you, you'll know what you've been missing. Okay? It's a really weird energy, pile number 2. This person might boomerang back to you. They might want to talk to you again. They might try and come back into your life as long as, and it's like, as long as you appreciate me this time. That's what I'm getting. It's coming under that 6 of Wands in the reverse. They're not feeling appreciated. I'm feeling their energy so much in this reading of like, yeah, it's almost like you'll be sorry I left. And that's harsh, but it's true. And they might even start feeling sorry that they left. It's almost like they didn't want to. It took a lot for this person to leave. And we get that luck card of tenderness. It has a lot of yellow in it. There was so much hope in this relationship for this person as well as you probably. And the one thing you guys did have, which they keep channeling back to me, is, but we did have such beautiful moments, like just the 2 of us. That is very apparent here. And they still think about those moments with that Judgment card. We get no place like home. Maybe you were taking them away from their home, taking them away from their friends. They felt as though they needed to go home to someone or something. Maybe a place, a person, a situation, an old job. But they felt as though you were taking that element of home away from them in some way. We also get between worlds. That's that 5D I was talking about. Like, you guys might be okay in the 5D, but in the 3D, you guys are not so good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was this. Yeah, it was this one we were talking about that with. So, the Between Worlds cards. Yeah, I think they left you as well because they almost feel as though the grass is greener on the other side, okay? Like, it's too painful. Things have become too much of in a rut with you that they feel as though they need a fresh start or a new beginning. And that's why they're moving, they're trying to transition into this new beginning. Yeah. Grass is greener on the other side. There's no place like home is really interesting because they might have said things to you like, you feel like my home, you're my home. A lot of the times we say that to people, or we say to people the opposite of like what we mean, like, oh, you feel like home, but really what they want us to do is be like, oh, how are you homesick, by the way? Do you miss home? It's almost like a cry for help. And then that Between Worlds card, they are trying to transition. And that's that whole grass is greener on the other side. They need a new world. They're going to try and, I think they're going to try and recreate themselves in some way, and then come back and see if you do rue the day, number 2. Okay, what an interesting reading, number 2s. Wow, I never know where these are going to go, but they always like never fail to surprise me. If you would like a private reading with me, the link is in the bio. Do hit the like button if this resonated. Comment if you would like. If not, subscribe for one of my next videos. And if not, I'm sure I will see you again at some point, and I hope you're okay. I know how difficult breakups are, and I hope this gave you some type of clarity. Namaste. Pile number 3. So if you chose pile number 3, you chose the lighter colored stone that's a little bit more round. Some speckles on it. Okay, let's get into your reading, pile number 3, which was on the far right, I'm sure. We are starting with 2 love cards, Chuck Spissano love cards. Let's have a look at what they are. Okay. This person left you problem card is the lust card. So if we look at what this man is doing, he is looking at different pictures of naked ladies. Quite brutally, number 3, this person left you because they felt like they had more options, or because they had some sort of like addiction to lust, okay? You might have found out that this person was like still on Tinder, and they gave you the whole, I was on Tinder, but I was hidden. Can't do that. Or they were like had a strange porn addiction, or they, and it's not even strange to have a porn addiction, it's 2023, a lot of people do, but either way there was an element of lust here with this person, and it's why they left you. They either loved themselves a little bit too much and fancied themselves a little bit too much, or they fancied just about everyone else. And that must be so hard to hear, I know, but I'm an honest reader, and I'm only going to give you the truth, guys. Yeah, but they're realizing that this is lust. This is the thing, it's not like they're sitting there like, I want to marry her. They're not even interested in that. It's like, wow, she's hot. Can I get her? Can I have her? Can I get her? I want to prove to myself that I can get her. It's that type of energy, okay? They might not have even had intentions to follow through, but it's like an egotistical lust. This is why this person left you. They have a problem with lust. They have a problem with fancying themselves and everyone else in the room. We get the Grace card of Joy. Now that's nice. That's like a little sweetener to the pill here. It's almost like they knew with this Joy card that you were really happy with them, and that scared them, okay? They knew how happy you guys could be together. That also scared them, because I don't think this person was looking for long term. I think they were looking for Mrs. Right Now, not Mrs. Right. And I think they maybe got themselves in a situation a little bit too deep here that scared them. With that Joy card, you brought them like just sheer happiness. You made them feel comfortable in their skin. And that's coming up as part of the reason why they left you, which is such a contradiction, I know, but some people are just not ready to feel and be seen, okay? And that's why a lot of people go on that, like, egotistical and very sad, hollow, but we all do it at times or at stages, whether it's for a month, 3 months, 3 years, of seeking external validation from people. This person is an insecure person. I can already feel their energy already. I'm picking up on that. They seek external validation, not just from you. And I don't think being from you was enough for them. They needed external validation from other people. Like, they needed likes on Instagram. They might have followed different girls on Instagram, had like a whole feed of like beautiful girls that you're like, dude. But they had a lot of fun and joy with you. You brought them like the sheer element of joy, which is beautiful, but it's also why they felt scared and why they felt like they needed to run in the first place. Let's pull some tarot cards for you guys. Sorry if my glow light is running out a little bit. I feel like it is such a bad glow light, isn't it? Okay, there we go. A bit brighter. I want this card. You might have been attracted to pile number 2, pile number 3, because we've just got one card here, which was from pile number 2. Okay, you guys might have had some sort of big blowout, big argument. We're going to get into that in a second. We get the 6 of Wands in the reverse. Now, pile number 2 also got this card. This is a lack of feeling like the other person doesn't see you as a prize. They don't see you as someone. They don't feel like a winner when they're with you. That's how they felt about you, that's how they felt you felt about them. So let me explain this better. They see themselves as a prize. They just didn't think you saw them as a prize. Okay? Like, you didn't see their true worth. You didn't appreciate them. The 6 of Wands is normally the soldier returning home from battle, and the whole town is celebrating them. Like, wow, this person is amazing. You weren't giving that to that person, and that's maybe why they sought external validation as well, and that was triggered in them, okay? Because they didn't feel as though you saw their true worth, or they didn't feel as though you saw them as like a prize. Maybe you were really comfortable with this person, but I mean, we all know that feeling of being like, oh, I'm sure he loves me, like, this is how they felt. I'm sure they love me, like, I'm sure we could probably be together forever or whatever, but they don't realize how lucky they are to have me. It's that type of energy. We get the Page of Cups in the upright. They're thinking of impossible things, okay? They have their total head in the clouds. We have a flying pig here, which they have their eyes focused on. They're always looking for the next best thing. And this person is not in control of their emotions either. So another reason why they left you is because they don't know how to control their emotions. This is the Page of Cups. He's not the King of Cups yet. He's not even the Knight of Cups, who's still quite out of control of his emotions. The Page of Cups is totally out of control of their emotions. They might have been younger than you as well. Definitely less emotionally mature than you. Okay, that is like a huge thing. I'm getting such an itchy nose, channeling. Yeah, they felt as though you were less emotionally mature than them, or they were definitely less emotionally mature than you. But there was an element of like, both of you didn't match each other in emotional matureness. So only you'll know where you lie on that. That's part of the reason why they left. And they also are extremely imaginative. Okay, this is the type of person that like creates scenarios, conversations, things in their head that are never going to happen or very low chance of happening. They imagine situations in their head that are just so unrealistic. Okay, and that could also be with this Lust card. Like, they imagine themselves marrying Mila Kunis. Is that even how you say her name? But you know what I mean. Or like someone like that. And that's why they're like not settling right now, because they have completely unrealistic expectations of their own future. And for some of you, I'm just going to say it. And I don't even want to say it. Even my throat chakra is like blocked as I'm about to say it. So this is only for 1 or 2 people watching this. This is not for everyone. But for some of you, they wanted to go forward with a cup of love for someone else, okay? They were fantasizing about it or dreaming about someone else, and they have decided they want to start an initial thing with someone else. They want to they want permission to send out that first message. They want permission to message that person on Tinder, and they can't do it when they're in a relationship with you, so they're going to break up with you first so that they feel better about it. Okay, that is a message just for one or two of you, and you will know if that is you because you probably know about this already, especially with this Tower card. We get the Tower card, which is explosions. Lightning bolts hit the Tower. This is realizing that a relationship was built on false grounds, okay? False beliefs, false grounds, not being on the same page as each other throughout it. Lightning hits the Tower. Now, this is always some type of argument. They either had an argument with you or with someone else that led to this breakup. This is an explosion, okay? This is like lid being taken off the kettle or the cooker or whatever it is, you know, the analogy I'm trying to make. The imagery here, that's what I get for this, okay? An explosion of emotion. And that's what I said, this person is not in control of their emotions at all. Like, they're not good at regulating their emotions, and they don't feel as though you're good at regulating your emotions and controlling your emotions either. So that together creates quite an explosive mix. You might be a water sign, they might be a water sign. We have Page of Cups here. That's the only, apart from Leo energy, that's the only energy on the table is Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio right now. Now, even if they're not, it just means that they are in their feels and in their emotions, and they made this decision purely out of emotion. There is no swords on the table here. They didn't really think this through. Yeah, they didn't think this one through, not at all. They used purely their emotions, which again means they might have high water energy in their chart. And with that Tower card, this is the unexpected. This was an unexpected explosion, an unexpected discovery. It's got the feeling of like the floor being whipped away from under you. Possibly an argument. If it wasn't an argument, this was the finding out of information. Okay, it was the lightning bolt that hit the Tower that made everyone go, run away. What animals do we have in here? We have what looks like a hare or a bunny, some chestnuts or some hazelnuts, and some butterflies, which represent rebirth. So the butterflies are getting the hell out of this fire to try and rebirth somewhere else. That's what they want to do. They want to reinvent themselves somewhere else. And part of the reason why they left you is because they realized that a lot of your relationship wasn't built on fact or wasn't built on solid enough ground. Like it wasn't fertile enough to grow into something. Even if they felt as though you gave them this joy and this happiness and this love at one point, you didn't see how much of a prize they were. Maybe someone else is, I was going to say maybe someone else is pretending to. That's a channeled message. But yeah, they didn't feel as though it was secure and on solid ground. And that's even more shown with that. At the bottom of your deck, you get the Page of Pentacles in the upright, another page here. This time we have Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Now, this energy here and in the reverse is feeling uneasy, okay? I don't think they felt like this was an easy decision for them, but it was mainly based off the fact that underneath it all, they didn't think that this had the potential to grow, or they didn't feel as though it was built on solid enough ground to grow. If you guys were going to start again or something, it would need to be like from absolute basic, like scorched earth energy, okay? Regeneration. It wasn't possible to keep putting one step forward, one step forward, one step forward for this person anymore. They didn't appreciate that it could be like jam next month, jam in a year. You know, this is a process. They weren't willing to put that process in. Maybe they didn't have time. Maybe they're more focused on their pentacles right now. That's their money. But either way, they didn't feel as though this ground here was solid enough for them to stand on. And that's why it's in the reverse. Now we're going to take some Romance Angel cards for you guys. Not expecting that. You guys are every single, and I wish I showed you that I literally just pulled this one like out like that. Like literally just pulled it out. Now I'm going to have to take that one as well because I've done that. Okay, you definitely were attracted to pile number 2, and if you weren't, I would go back and listen to pile number 2, because you have just got the exact 2 plus a third, even more relevant, romance angel card out of all, out of all of these cards. Okay. The other cards that have flown out, I'm just going to have to use them now. I'm not a believer of putting stuff back in the deck. The honeymoon card flew out. Let's start with the ones that have just flown out, okay? Like, the honeymoon period was when you guys were like total, couldn't keep your hands off each other. When this ended, reality set in. This person was not able to give your relationship a chance, okay? They weren't willing to work on your partnership. We get the give your relationship a chance card, but remember, this is why they left you. They weren't prepared to give the relationship like a true run, okay? And that's why it was built on bad ground, not bad ground, but you know what I mean, not fertile ground anyways, because they probably did this from the start. Children also flew out. This person could be childlike, childish, or literally, as this says, your love life is affected by children. It could be as serious as I want children and they don't. It could be as serious as they have children with someone else. You guys have children together. Either way, children is in here somewhere. The angels want you to know that there is an element of children here of why they left. Okay, now on to the other love cards. The 2 love cards that you get, which were also in pile number 2, unbelievably, are a past life. And this was in pile number 1 as well, but the other card wasn't. So, past life relationship. That's been here for every single pile 1, 2, and 3. You reminded them of a relationship that they had in the past that went really wrong. Okay? Either that, or if you believe in the esoterical past life type thing, this was a past life relationship, 100% that you needed to get over, like a lesson that you needed to learn, a lesson the universe needed you to learn. This was someone you chose to come into this life with you to learn some difficult lessons, okay? There was too many red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. That's what they're saying. There were too many red flags in our relationship. There were too many things that were built off of not solid ground. Too many things like that lust card. Maybe as well, for some of you, you saw too many red flags in them and they thought this is getting unrealistic now. But there was an element of, there were signs cautioning them against going forward. And the card that only you got, my lovelies, as I pulled them, and I was not expecting this at all, and I don't think you're going to be either, is soulmate. And it says, yes, this is your soulmate. Now, before we all go, woohoo, my soulmate twin flame, let's get on the phone and call this person. Soulmate can mean so many different things, okay? A soulmate can be like your twin flame. A soulmate can be your best friend. A soulmate can mean so many different things. Either way, it's just a soul that you have known before. So it's like another reiteration of that past life relationship card. But yes, this person is one of your soulmates. Now, I say one of your soulmates because we have more than one soulmate. It could just be that you chose this person to come into your life, teach you some hard lessons and leave. Or it could be bigger than that. And I'm not a tarot reader that gets your hopes up in any way. Only you're going to know what your relationship is like with this person. But this is bigger than like a few month relationship, high school trauma, stuff like that. It's a lot bigger than that. This is the soulmate card, okay? And we cannot underestimate that soulmate card and the connection that you two must have shared to have that energy, okay? It is a closeness, it is a bond, it is a union that has been blessed on the other side, regardless of what you believe, it by God, by the angels, by the universe. It was meant to happen. And if you believe in twin flames, I'm sure you've heard the expression before, there is no mistake on the twin flame journey, okay? This is a snapshot of what's happened right now and why they have left you. This is not a future reading, what's going to happen is coming back. We'll leave that for another reading. But what this is some clarity for you on why they left. And that soulmate card is some clarity that you are not going crazy when you think that this was bigger than just like a little relationship, because it wasn't. And we have the Major Arcana Tower card. This was meant to teach you something big. And it's taught them something big about themselves too, probably that they have this problem with lust that they need to get over. Yeah. It was a lot bigger than just a breakup for you guys, and I can feel that on both sides. It's like maybe you guys were friends before this as well, or maybe it felt like someone you've known before. Maybe you met this person and it started really quickly because it's like, where's this person been all my life? I feel like I've known you my whole life. Could be that type of energy because you have known them in another life with that past life card. But they decided to leave because you reminded them of something in their past, either your life together in the past or another relationship. There was too many red flags, too many red tape, too much effort had to be put in, and soulmate. And that goes back to that joy card that I said way back at the start. It's almost like you scared this person off by how strong your connection was. I don't think they were ready for that. Okay, my lovely pile number 3, that's us finished for today's reading. If you'd like a private reading with me, the link is in the description box. If not, like this, if you find it helpful, find it useful, or resonated with you at all, leave me a comment. I try and get back to absolutely everyone, of course, because my channel's small. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think if you want. I hope you guys are okay. I know how difficult it is when you are listening to a reading like this. It's obviously because you are going through something difficult right now, and I send you all love and light. Namaste.